In society, what we're dealing with is a hierarchy system of class of socialism, of completely unintelligent individuals who don't care about people at all. It's unbelievable to me to watch someone talk about revenge in the way that you talk about revenge. And you're just going to set it on a little shelf and ignore it. When the reality is this idea of revenge isn't revenge, it's justice. However, in the United States of America, no longer, because we're dealing with a lot of first generation immigrants or migrants. They're bringing all their nasty cultures from Iran or from other places like Asia or China or all these other places, and they're trying to make those cesspool of communism and dictator style leadership as the priority to govern in this country, and then turning a blind eye on it while fluffing over top happy go lucky good feelings of emotion so that they can sell product in your face, and then saying it with such conviction while parading around the cesspool in your face. And then you just lay down your sword and you say, here, migrant, immigrant, here, take over my mind, while you don't even offer a service to evolve Americans because you're not American, so you don't have that foundation of being American. And so they all come together and they all want to make it in the business. So they find the person that's the most corrupt. They all get together and then they all bullshit you while you as an audience just develop in corruption, while creating anger in the audience and then saying, mind your own business. That's not very good motivation. Everything about these people's content is nothing more than motivation. So you're motivating criminals to be criminals. You're telling women that they're attractive when they're not. You're uplifting women who are clearly abusive. You're parading them around and giving them opportunity when they clearly do not deserve it. You're taking them on fancy trips, and then you're berating the audience when they actually call you out on the facts of how you're actually a criminal. You're making brand deals and business deals with corporate America, so that means you're all involved in it. So who is responsible for all of this? Oh, so they don't want to go against the grain while they tell you to go against the grain and be authentic, where you then get berated and torn down by their women as a first stage of annihilation, where they'll figure out any which way to show off their diamond ring and tell you all of which they want for themselves, to have you involved in their agenda, to feel what they want while you never get what you want, and that's called dreams and aspirations. That's their dreams and aspirations, is for them to get what they want, only what they want, and then figuring out ways to skim the top of giving you what you think you need, which is an uplift, versus actually tackling the concerns and problems that are going on in this world, such as every man-to-woman relationship, all stemming from Hollywood's red carpets and your podcasting. While you berate people with your opinions, but your opinions don't come from the real world of the middle class. They come from what's in it for you and the elite, but you're already rich. So these people are irresponsible in the way they speak. They're irresponsible in what they talk about. They have no repercussions for what they say. They're from other countries. They're insanely selfish. And then they follow an agenda while they get in some big cluster of selfishness and self-righteousness, while teaching illogical behaviors to where we in our middle class are trying to make a living, not sit on a stage and conversate. No, we're actually delivering services to people that save lives, while you deteriorate our ability to do our jobs so that a prostitute can wear a bikini on a dock and a deck when she's clearly hideous. Clearly hideous energies coming off of everything you produce. Clearly hideous to look at. Clearly hideous conversation. Hideous and boring. And then all the audience is so brainwashed They just sit there. Yay, I just love my life. No, you actually don't love your life. You honestly don't love your life. The uplift and the coverall and the cover up is what you love. The path of least resistance, to just ignore the fact of your past while your past is clearly in your future. And you might be young today, but you won't be young tomorrow, while they live in this facade of there's plenty of time. No, there's not plenty of time. Life is happening now. Life is happening now. So there's not plenty of time. You're missing out on days and hours and months and years so that you can fuel misery in people's lives, so you can sell on product. So one day you can sit around on a dock and a yacht and a jet, yapping your jaw, saying the same shit you said last year and the same shit you said the year before and the same shit you said the year before that, because you didn't grow as a professional. You just figured out new ways to maneuver within the criminalized, organized crime group of Hollywood and influence. Instead of creating real conversations with fools in your audience, you praise those fools, because the bad people will always do whatever it takes, called your women, such as you giving them a diamond ring while you travel to Nigeria and you travel to London and you travel all these places, and you think you're cool for doing that. However, when you go to these places, you don't see anything more than the inside of a restaurant and your own ego staring back at you in the mirror. Which means you never really did anything in your life except for wear a bikini and spread your legs in filth while acting as if you're rich because your fiance put a diamond ring on it. So you clearly are an agenda-fueling group of people with nothing to offer. And when you have a bunch of people in a Ponzi scheme generating nothing to offer, the audience falls for it. It's called the Hitler method. It's the Hitler method. Be kind. If enough people say be kind, it becomes a new aggravation in society. If enough people, including your running president, says live in joy and happiness, it becomes a new way of thinking. But joy and happiness doesn't mean what joy and happiness used to mean. It now is a cover-up for criminal behavior. So while you immigrants come into this country and migrants come into this country very clueless on what America is not Gary Vaynerchuk's content. America is not anything that those people in motivation are speaking to. No, that's just their self-righteous opinion. And the funny part of that is some of those people are actually born in America. The New World Order of bringing in migrant seduction tactics of selling our country out to the Middle East. Emirates. Nobody wants you here. It's a hard conversation to have because you're so focused on yourselves and your money. No, nobody wants that energy. Nobody wants that shit in this country. So you can take your ass and go live in Qatar and go live in their dead ass energy of an empty world. But if we catch you producing film where you're literally sitting in your business in Qatar, you're fucking out. Because you don't know shit about motivation. You just play it on the internet, just like your relationship. Just like your dirty ass clean food. You're eat clean. Go eat clean, John Lemon. The reality is you don't see who you all actually are. You only see a narrative that you played in your head. However, the longer you play the narrative, the more confused you get. You don't know what's correct and what's wrong any longer. You just do you. Mind your own business. My country is my business. And when you fools are so ignorant that you have meetings on platform to show us who you actually are, we now get to actually see what goes beyond what we see with our own eyes, and we hear it in the words that you say to each other. The poses in your face, the expressions on your face, the nasty poses, you freak. The nasty poses, you freaks.